Orange 8. Aguero is massively slept on. I generally think there is a strong argument to be made that he's the best striker we have seen in the league. Brackets, I'm a United fan, just in case Flav asks.
Aguero is slept on. Widely considered to be one of the best strikers ever in the Premier League. How's that being slept on?
Through gritted teeth, though.
Yeah, because he plays for a cheating club.
Okay, wider point that I wanted to talk about.
He benefited from a wider cheating atmosphere there, isn't he?
A wider point that I wanted to talk about with Aguero, right? Are Man City being slept on? At that, this team, in this sort of 3-year period, Neville and Carragher were talking about it.
Because of the caveat that the oil money.
So, yeah. Guardiola...
Yes, okay, yes, they are.
Guardiola talks...
Are you going to defend Manchester City?
Let's stick to on-pitch activity.
You can't.
You have to.
Why?
Because in the history of time...
The off-pitch antics meant that they've won the league. You can't separate them.
It's still a sport.
Where, yeah.
The last 8 trophies available, they've won 9 of them.
Get into my veins, I can run faster.
Here's my point. This is why I think people are sleeping on Man City a little bit. Because I understand, this is the thing, you don't want to appreciate it.
I will not appreciate it.
Okay, you don't want to.
No.
Yeah, so I'm right in what I'm saying with that.
No, you're not.
So, because you don't want to, because a lot of people don't want to, they are actually sleeping on a team that has been...
Don't say that I'm sleeping on Manchester City when I'm trying. Don't want to...
You're drifting off. You need to wake up. Well, but don't you think that's a shame that Guardiola and Sterling and all these great footballers, we agree they're great footballers?
Yep. Part of the problem.
That they're not allowed any credit for their achievements.
It's a shame, but they shouldn't have taken massive contracts that the club couldn't pay. Oh, it's a shame, but I love being a part of this club, but I also want 350 grand a week, if that's all right. Otherwise, I'll fuck off to Real Madrid.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Come on then, let's win some trophies. And let's paint a picture on the football pitch.
You're a bastion of fairness on the pitch, right? You did your sports coaching badges. Yeah. Level C, whatever it was.
Level
2. But no point in there going, if you've got a lot of money, you deserve to be recognised as the best team.
But when you say you got Neville and Carragher there, right? You got them talking about, I don't know if you saw this, they were talking about all the different teams through history, because this is the question that comes up every year about Liverpool, is this Liverpool team the greatest? And Neville made a very fair point, which I think will actually be the criteria moving forward, is over a 3-year period, they put together a sort of point system over different things, and they worked it out from that. And the best team was a Liverpool side from the 70s. With this Man City team, if you look at this sort of point structure that's in place, they would be like second or third in all of the teams of all time. Yet, I reckon, as time goes on, we will still continue to talk about probably the Liverpool sides or the Arsenal sides or the Man United sides. So, this Man City side, if you can, if you can take away the money aspect for a second.
Yeah, they were good.
Then, yeah.
They were good, yeah.
But it's a shame that they won't be able to get any of that nostalgia.
Is it a shame? How much have they had over the 10 years? Do you want to give them more?
How much have they had?
Yeah, how much have they had to celebrate? How much enjoyment have they had?
Lots.
How many teams have been relegated because of their ability?
But do you think, though, in 10 years' time, the broad strokes of it, when people are talking about this stuff and they're not using a criteria of points, do you think they'll look... Do you think anyone will talk about Man City?
Of course they will. Once this shit is all passed, they'll just talk about the Man City as a great Man City side with the asterisks next to it. Unfortunately, you behave in ways that flout the law, you're always getting an asterisk. What I would say, in terms of fairness, is that Tottenham Hotspur's spending wasn't dissimilar to Manchester City's in 1961. We paid the most amount of money for the players.
Well, have you seen the thing in Germany, the hop thing? Have you read about that?
No.
So basically, there's this situation that hopefully I'm getting this right. There's the owner of Hoffenheim is like a billionaire, software billionaire, something like that. And he spent like so much money on Hoffenheim, brought them through the league, through 5 divisions. And there's the 50+1 rule in Germany, which means that, he owns 49%, and he's been able to bankroll a lot of money to get them through the leagues, get them in the Champions League, whatever.
Sounds like RB as well, right?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But the fans of other clubs hate him.
And Leipzig as well, they hate as well.
Yeah, and so what they've been doing quite regularly is putting banners up, calling him son of a whore, I think it is.
Yeah,
and
but the thing is, you're right, and this is the thing with Bayern Munich, saying calling him a son of a bitch, and they stopped the game.
So they stopped the game because it had got to a point. I think they have like a 3-strike rule that if you keep having a go at the same person and it's stuff like that, which is
major point,
which isn't great, and is thought of as possibly being a little bit too much in terms of how you're trying to get a point across. But the whole problem there is really interesting because you have problems with racism. I think at Hoffenheim maybe a similar thing happened with a defender who's being racially abused by the fans, and he got booked for his reaction.
Yeah.
And then you got something like this where they're stopping the game, and the owner's on the pitch at the end of it, and they're all sort of rallying around him because they kind of see it almost as bullying of this owner.
Yeah, I think what it is, what you're forgetting though, is they're not just annoyed, they're not angry at this owner because look, it's a little team suddenly becoming part of the elite and it makes it more difficult. They have a very strong fabric about support control in that country. And part of the reason why it's so cheap to watch football in Germany is because of this 50+1. So they are defensive of something that's very good. A German football over there is very good. So, you can go and watch Bayern Munich for €200 a season and they've got Lewandowski up front. That is a system that works that people should follow. Yeah. And these new clubs are flouting that and to the damage of the sport that they love. So you can understand why they want to stop them.
Yeah, I think what I thought was really interesting about it was like the nuance between the right to protest, the principles of what they believe in terms of...
But they can do it without calling him a son of a whore.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you should just be a bit more creative.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, when does it... I think the sort of I guess there's a deterrent in terms of having these 3-strike rules and things like that. And I was like, you shouldn't be kind of bullying an owner, but then at the same time, how much stick does Ed Woodward or whoever these people get? And you have to kind of...
He's going to die. You heard that song?
No.
The United fans sing about Ed Woodward.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, that's too much. But there's the balance between protesting, fans having an opinion, being able to have an opinion, have some power, and it going too far.
Historically, that's what they do, though, isn't it? You see Alan Pardew, Den Haag. Is it Den Haag or Ten Hag?
Yeah.
The ultras went on the training pitch, just went, you fuck off. I love that.
Just cracked on, though. Is he going to carry on with it? What do you do after that?
Did you not see the one with the...
He's still there? He's still manager?
I don't know. I haven't words. I suppose. But there was this one in Italy as well where they'd sacked an old manager who's doing well. Ultras went in there and the announcement, doing a press conference, his new manager, welcome to the club, say a few words. Ultras went in there, just picked him up in his seat and just chucked him out of the stadium. So he came and see the old manager. Oh my God.
But that's what I mean. The balance between all of these things, I think, is when we're living in a world that's got so much opinion now. Like how it's almost like I reckon 20 years ago, if those banners happened, I don't think anyone would do anything.
No.
Whereas now, and I feel like there's a lot. There seems like there's been a bigger attempt to stop this because there's an owner involved.
Well, and also you think like how dangerous is this if fans can't protest against something they feel like it's going to damage the fabric of their game that they love and pay into, and the resistance from it is from the system, and the owners who can lobby the system with money are a part of that as well, then it's actually silencing a protest, which should be illegal. But as I always say, once again, is play the game. The fans,
yeah.
So don't call him a son of a whore. Just say he's a cancer of football, or he's say something as
a bit more
effective,
intelligent,
but a little bit less sort of just insulting. Although maybe they will do that.